Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and this is the Jakks Pacific 4-inch Espio figure. Now some of you are probably saying, why are you getting this so late? This is an old figure. For those who don't know, I recently started collecting the Jakks Pacific figures, and for those who don't care, I'll explain why later. Yes, this is an old figure, and I found this in a store called Miniso. If you never heard of that store, I'll provide a link down below to the website so you can find a location, because you can't order from their website, I don't think, but you can find where they are, call them and see if they have it, because my local one originally had like multiple sets of this whole wave where you would get Sonic, Tails, Espio, and Egg Robo, and by the time I get there, of course they're all gone except for this figure right here, which was definitely retaped. I'm not sure if this is a return or if it like fell on the floor and exploded. I don't know the story behind this, but all I know is I have an Espio figure now and I'm happy. I don't know how expensive he is online, but I got him for about like 15 bucks more or less. So judging from the bubble, this is supposed to be lined up right here saying Espio, so at least that's right. We got some tape around here, thanks to the folks at Miniso. And then if you look on the back like I showed off earlier, you get to see how its articulation works, you get to see Sonic, Tails, Espio, and Egg Robo in the wave. And then in the description we see like 12 points for articulation, Espio with the checkpoint, and then the speed member of Team Chaotix, he is a chameleon that can blend in. Well, I mean, I guess that's true. Like, that is a Sonic Heroes fun fact. He is the speed character. Other than that, he didn't really get a whole lot of love afterwards, so... oh well. So without further ado, let's open it up! Which is probably going to be pretty effortless, which, never mind. They got some really good scotch tape on here. Holy. Okay, so we're going to pull that up and take this out. And, I want to assume this may have just, like, I don't know, fallen off the card or something like that. Because I don't see anything, like, tying him down or any remnant of evidence saying that he was supposed to be tied down. So at least that makes my job a little bit easier. But we get the little checkpoint right here, which is pretty neato burrito. And then we get the figure itself. So let's very loudly take him out of the box. Then we got one foot out, and then another foot out, and there he is! Hey! He just jumps right out. So I guess the rest of this is garbage, so we'll just throw that somewhere else. And there's Espio! And here's a closer look at Espio, and as you can tell, he does look pretty great. My figure in particular has a little bit of white paint going onto the muzzle, but that's okay. And the paint job on mine isn't perfect. We got some paint transfer on the gloves, but that's okay. Overall, he looks really good. I like the fact that his tail is actually like curled up itself and not one big mold, and it looks like it can articulate a little bit, so you don't have to worry about it breaking off or anything. It might just snap right off and pop right back in. I forget exactly what number wave this is from, but this is definitely an older figure, so I'm happy to finally have him. I've had multiple chances to get this figure, but I never took it. Now, like I said earlier, I started recently collecting the Jakks Pacific figures. I've gotten a few over the years, like some hard ones like Methylis, Chaos, Omega, just because Jazwares didn't have them. And Jazwares is my main collection I have like on my shelves. But now, I've been collecting more and more, and I'm like, at this point, I might as well just go for all the modern characters at least. So I went hunting, and this is the only one that I was able to find within a week. It was rough. But we gotta compare him to some other figures. First up, let's compare him to a standard Jakks Pacific Sonic, which he looks really good next to because they're actually in scale with each other, which I guess is good because if I compare the Jazwares ones, for the longest time it felt like Espio absolutely towers Sonic, which honestly could still be true. But I feel like the Jakks Pacific one has a closer scale to each other. So at least like the body proportions and everything make a lot more sense to each other. Like this looks like this matches. This looks right. But having Espio smiling is a little bit weird. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm just so used to him having a serious tone, whether it be in this figure or seeing him in Sonic Heroes or seeing him in Sonic X. Like he doesn't seem to be smiling much. So it's kind of weird that he's smiling, but that's okay. Maybe we'll get a new Espio where he's not smiling. We don't know. This is an old figure. So maybe we'll get another re-release. Maybe we'll get a 3-pack where we get Espio, Vector, and Charmy. I don't have my hopes up for that, but a man can dream. This is definitely an interesting shade in comparison to the Jakks Pacific version. I feel like the colors look right. I like how shiny the shoes are in comparison to the 3-inch figure from Jakks, or Jazwares, I mean. I feel like the layering and the texture work on the tapes, whether it be on his shoes or his gloves, I'm more nostalgic for the Jazwares one, and I feel like that one looks a little bit better. Like, it has like more layers to it, but this one just looks overall cleaner, personally. But when it comes to his accessory, like having it just be the checkpoint, which, that's spring-loaded? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Interesting. I mean, the only other checkpoint accessory I can compare it to is the one from, what's it called? The Nendoroid, which I don't feel that's very necessary. Like, this can do that. That's pretty neat. And it has a little peg hole in the bottom if you want to put it on a stand, which Jakks doesn't come with stands, even though their feet on their figures have peg holes. Can we get stands for these figures, please? That'd be really awesome. I know Tito the OG, I think, made some at one point. Hey Tito, if you're watching this, do you still make them? Can I buy some from you? Cause that'd be really nice. Cause I'm gonna need some for me collecting all these figures. But like I said, don't get me wrong, this little accessory is pretty neat. But when I think of Espio, I don't think of having a little accessory like this, which I do like the fact that the Jakks Pacific figures actually come with these little accessories like this. So the more you get over time, you just have an overabundance of different items from throughout the games, which ends up being for a really cool display. Thankfully, we do have a little kunai from the 2.0 version of the Espio figure from Jazwares, which came in like a 3-pack where it came with Vector and Charmy, and it all came with accessories that like represented Sonic heroes, which you don't see him use a kunai all that much, except for like the intro to Sonic Heroes, I think. That's about it. But if you do want to use that, it kind of fits. Just don't put them upside down, you'll be fine. When I think about comparing these two, don't get me wrong, I love the way the Jakks one looks. But man, do I miss those elbow bends and having him like doing like the jutsu look, especially like if he's running. That looks really good. I like that. Can't really do that with this Espio here, which you don't really see him run all that much anyway. I guess you only saw him run in Sonic Runners. Remember that game? Yeah, me too, man. I miss it. But if you don't remember it because you're too young or just never cared, it was pretty cool. It's an endless runner from side to side. A lot of characters you can get. Pretty cool times. But I hardly play Sonic Dash, though. I think Sonic Dash had Espio at one point. I don't know. I don't play mobile games all that much, to be honest. But I don't really know what else to say about this Jakks figure other than the fact that, hey, he looks pretty good. I like the glossy look on him on his shoes and belly. And I wish he came with a kunai, which thankfully I had leftovers from when I was younger. So, cool. I can pair him with such. So now you might be wondering, who am I going to review next? The next figures I plan on getting is a 2-pack with Knuckles and Shadow. I managed to find myself one of those. Spent like 30 bucks, so it didn't cost me an arm and a leg, so at least that's nice. But some figures, on the other hand, will. For example, Super Shadow, for some reason, now sells for over $200. Don't get me wrong, I do want to eventually complete this set, like at least get every character, but I'm not paying $200 for a Super Shadow. I'm just gonna hope that they re-release him, and hopefully re-release him in a better color, because I don't like the way he looked. And hopefully we just get a brand new Shadow as a whole. So if you want to know who I have now, I have, looking at my shelf, Omega, Chaos, Mephiles, Infinite, a bunch of Sonics, Werehog, Super Sonic, and I think that's it. I don't have a whole lot. So I have a lot of characters to go through. So, if I could find some on Amazon, I will put my wish list down there. So if you want to buy me a figure, I will give you a special shout out in the video and read a little note that you leave in the Amazon package live on camera. And we will do a video on it then. And if you want me to do more videos of unboxing and checking out older Jakks Pacific Sonic figures, I'll be more than happy to, because I do want to get the rest of the collection. And I also plan on collecting some of the IDW Sonic comics. That'd be really cool. I'm going to buy a bookcase just for that. It won't be here in the game room. It'd be in another part of the apartment, but we're going to finally start collecting. That's going to be fun. I'm sorry this unboxing, review, whatever you want to call it, didn't really have a whole lot of substance to it. Kind of new to opening up individual Sonic figures by themselves. I'm so used to, like, you know, doing big packs or play sets or whatever. Stuff with a lot more substance than just one little standard action figure like this. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm happy I got this, and I want to do more videos like this. I just got to get used to doing more of them. Which, collecting these figures now, compared to collecting them, when they first came out, it's going to be really fun, because I have to find so many characters. And there's different versions of different characters now. We have different versions of Knuckles, and I want the first one. And there's versions of Tails, and one comes with a little electronic handheld thing. I want that one. But that's just a matter of finding everybody else. So that's going to be interesting. Some figures I'm not looking forward to, like finding Super Shadow or 2.5-inch Charmy. Those are going to be expensive and painful. But yeah, if you want me to do more of these little unboxings of these figures, I will do them every week if you want me to. I am more than happy to do that. I got you. But if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's going to be all the social media and all that stuff, as well as my Amazon wish list. So if you want to help me buy some of these figures and get a special shout out in the video, then heck yeah. Thank you for watching. I love you guys to death. And yeah, if you want to see me do this every week, I'll do it.